What is happening, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero, and welcome to the postseason press conference for the Bot Burgers for Season 2. We got, let's see, from top to bottom, we got the manager, Aunt Jemima.
Hello.
We got Gum Sauce,
Howdy.
normally a flex support, but he played off tank a little bit there towards
It
the
was
end.
weird.
We got a flex DPS phone,
What's up?
and we got the coach, Kate, former staff.
Well, and I was a player there at the end, but I didn't
Were you?
play at all.
Oh, yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I don't remember you playing.
We actually signed her as a player, but
Yeah,
she
she was
just
missing a
left.
sub because we picked up Imagine.
Oh, okay. So yeah, anyways, we got a few questions for you. It'll be about 20 minutes long, just like the other press conferences thus far. It's been a nice length. I'm trying to keep it that way. So let's see. First question is actually coming from Current Master. He had a lot of good questions for the intermediate teams. What was your mentality like after going for so long, hearing everyone say you were the worst team in intermediate?
Wow.
First thing I would like to say is that I don't ever like, at least during the season, is I don't really remember hearing that we're the worst team. I remember hearing that yeah, we're bad, we're like one of the worst teams, but like I always considered, and I think a lot of people consider DKE to be way worse. Not way
Yeah.
worse, but like we weren't considered the worst team because DKE was also there.
All right.
Every after every game, I would watch. I would like skip through the countdown, skip to Bob Burgers, and just hear what people had to say.
Which is usually
And,
just filled with memers from like friends.
Yeah, usually it was just people talking about how shit. Or can I say that? Am I
Yeah.
allowed to?
I don't care.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
How
I had
shit
agreed
teams
on the
were
previous
other than
post.
their own.
Okay, cool. Yeah, talked about how much of a shit team we were, just not good overall. And every time it would just hurt a little because I was, putting all my work into this team. Like every minute I could that I wasn't at work or school, I was doing shit with this team. I had no coaches, I had nothing. Kate was there for a little bit, but
Right.
yeah. But I was mostly alone. But yeah, do what you gotta do. I figured everything out, and I'm okay with how the season ended.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, even like hearing about that, because I got traded, I'm kind of just, hey, by the way, we're swapping you from CDC to Bot Burgers. I was like, okay, whatever, it's chill. Because I remember, like, as of last season, I got boomed enough being on double
Mhm.
cap. So I was like, it is what it is. Like, I just don't care about how the rest of the league sees or perceives other teams. Whatever. I'm just here to try to actually enjoy the game and play in a team environment. So it never really got to me being called the worst team or being in the worst team, if that's what they want to call it or what it was. But I mean, for me, in the end, I still had a good time compared to last season.
All right. So, speaking of that, of like your perceived lack of success, what do you think was the biggest reason that you couldn't pull out like that many wins throughout the season?
Coaches.
Coaches, man.
Coaches.
I had never had any experience with coaching. Before the season, I was a Plat Lucio. I climbed a diamond, which helped a little, but I still had no clue how to coach. You did not pass me, idiot. I almost got to Masters, stinky.
Same.
I had no experience. I didn't know how to play DPS. I didn't know how to coach for that. So I kind of just gave them basic advice. I would watch videos on YouTube, listen to what my other coaches were saying, like my old coaches, just get some advice, and I would use that. Probably not the best thing, but I did what I had to, and yeah.
Okay. So you guys, when you did have more success, you tended to run like these off-meta strategies, kind of like odd picks, but they tended to work a lot when you did run them. Why didn't you try to run them more like towards the middle of the season when you were kind of like stuck on meta and you just couldn't find any traction?
I think I have the best opinion on that, just because I perceive things as a whole. I think mainly what it was is that we weren't confident enough to commit to playing off meta, and we were too scared to not play the meta, and so that kind of went to the whole team's mentality. I was like, I'm willing to play whatever you need me to be, but like I would prefer to do X, Y, and Z. if it worked for us before. But I think as a whole, as a team, we felt too scared to keep continuing those off meta picks.
If I can like add to that kind of, the fuck. Okay. One of the things for me was, well, I didn't play it all, but we had this Houston Outlaws mentality where like, yeah, we were better on different heroes like Winston or fucking whatever, and but we were forced to play the meta because that was meta, and like, if we didn't play around the meta, we probably would have gotten outskilled because meta is a meta for a reason. So probably we should have played more off meta, kind of Chengdu-esque rather than Outlaws, but
I would have liked to run more off meta comps, but I just wasn't confident in it, like Gumsal said. If I could have probably coached better for these off meta, like I don't know, watching Grape Cake on Ball, like even when Ball wasn't meta, was still really fun to watch because you could just do weird things. Yeah, I would have liked to coach off meta, but I didn't have the confidence to, and I don't think the team had the confidence to play off meta, so I tried my best to coach on meta, and it's what we ran.
If I recall correctly as well, you guys had some like main tank issues with I think someone not being available towards the middle of the season, like week 3.
We did.
So basically,
Yeah.
once
all my-
Mike wanted to leave, we brought in Silver Arrow, I think from free agency, and
Mhm.
his scheduling is just horrible
Yeah.
timing to play competitive Overwatch.
All Mike decided he didn't like the environment for the team, and I completely understand. I love the guy. He's actually on my other team, my OD team. I love the guy. Great friend. Great person in general. But I understand why he wanted to leave. It was a horrible environment at the time. And they promised him coaching. They promised him everything I couldn't offer. So I just told him, do what's best for you. And he took it. And I'm proud that he did that. But after he left, kind of left us in a shitty situation because I had to. Octo was still in charge at the time. We were scrambling to find a main tank. And we found Silver Arrow. We went over his footage that he sent in, and we really liked what we saw. But when it came to games, he had to dip 5 minutes before the game starts.
Because he would have something go up the family
A million, a million
Yeah.
family things.
It's
guy
not just
had,
not just
things going
something.
on.
He would have
Yeah.
everything with his family.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
had a billion things going on. I still like the
completely
guy.
reasonable. Mhm.
Super nice guy. It's just he had a lot going on, and I felt bad that he couldn't play enough because he didn't have enough time
Yeah.
to.
Which kind of results in me doing a lot of off tanking at nearing the end of the season.
Right.
I do enjoy playing, the off support, but having to fill for off tank, which is my secondary role, it was fine. But it was a shame that we couldn't get Silver Arrow in as often as we wanted to.
I really liked Gumsauce on off tank, which is what brought Akko and I the idea to do that. We saw him play D.Va one night, and we thought he should be our new starting off tank.
It was like
When,
Sneagle.
after Note and Kaz, Note and Kaz, they messaged me, and they're like, "Hey, they didn't think they wanted to stay on the team. They wanted to stay on the team. They just didn't want to play anymore, but they just wanted to be there." So I told them, "Why don't you just stay on the team for a few days? We'll figure things out." And they're like, "All right." They just never got back to me, so I just never told them they had to show up to scrims. I gave them a role to stay in the chat, but I took away their player roles, so if I pinged for scrims, they wouldn't get it. But I wish they were there more. I liked them.
Basically, they were on the team in spirit, but not actually
Right.
there.
Right, like a mental health coach.
like Giguri, Giguri,
Like Giguri.
from Shanghai.
Is she still on Dragons? Is she?
Yes,
She
yes.
is. Wow.
she's
She
still under
is.
contract.
I'm pretty sure she's the only player that's been there all 3 seasons.
Yes.
Fearless?
Because he
No,
was technically.
he got dropped and then came back.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Wasn't he technically there for the first week or two of season 2?
Oh, I don't
I have
remember.
no.
I think he
don't know.
was because
Trying to make me remember Shanghai like history is just it's
The lore.
But anyways, yeah, kind of getting away from that and going on to another interesting conundrum you guys got yourselves into around the time of the draft is obviously you picked up phone and there was like a whole situation with Steph screwing up the logistics around like where he actually placed. So you guys took the risk in picking him up. I know Octo said at one point, you might have also said it, Jemima, that he did like really well and impressed in some pugs that you guys had. But what was like the deciding factor in saying like, hey, let's pick up this kid who was technically in novice a few days ago?
Octo is completely right. He showed up to one of our pugs and a private pug and impressed us. Like, we knew he was supposed to be novice, and we were just completely blown away that how good he was doing. So we wrote him down, and we thought we were gonna get him pretty late. Like, we didn't think anyone was gonna get him, so we just thought we'd take him. And I kind of liked the idea of taking someone at a lower rank and helping him. But seeing how he's in Diamond now, I don't think he needed my help anyway.
I mean, honestly, I'll tell you this much: playing in a team definitely helps you improve personally in a
Exactly.
personal skill level. So, like,
Mhm.
if you have enough time grinding with people who are willing to communicate, when you get onto comp and stuff, you just start like learning these things and go, "Oh, this is what I should be doing," and then you just correct yourself mid-game without having the coach
Right.
to tell you or without having your team tell
Right.
you. And like, I personally felt that jump too after the first season of League Zero, and no, I felt like maybe did about a little bit of a jump again this season. So.
Yeah, like, Phone's good at the game. I don't know how much I need to tell you that. Footage is there. You can see for yourself. He's good. I didn't regret picking him, and I won't regret picking him. I still think he was a good play in my book. And that's really all I have to say about that.
I think this league isn't about, well, it is about the competitive spirit, but this is also about getting better and drafting like a lower tier player, like Phone, for instance. Sorry, Phone. And then
at the time lower tier.
at the time, there you go.
Right.
He made that jump into Diamond, and like you saw the same thing that happened in Advance with Silver Star on, what was it, Hanamura, right?
Yeah, Hanamura.
Yeah, Hanamura. Yeah, like these teams drafting lower tier players more for the fact they can grow as a player than like as a person than like a competitive spirit player. Like, yeah.
My idea going into the draft was kind of like the same thing that Lich did when he was manager. Was I was looking more for personality rather than talent, because I could probably find someone to get you to be a good player, but I can't make you a good person. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which is exactly why I didn't pick up a few people. There were a few people that were much better than some of the players I had. No offense, but
At
they
the
were
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, take it.
at the time they were complete assholes. I don't want to deal with them. Whatever.
Cough,
Yeah,
enter B.
I mean, honestly, though, I mean, that's a
I'm
good
not
mentality to
gonna
have
drop
as a
any
coach.
names.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good
I will
mentality
if
to
you
have.
want.
As a manager or a coach, I think that's a good thing to do. I mean, that's
I think we're both thinking of the same person.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a few other less personal questions, I guess, more lighthearted questions. So, what did you guys do for team bonding? I know last season's Bot Burgers had quite a few different traditions. Do you guys
Well-
carry any of those over?
Well, one of the things we had, we cannot say on air, but
No,
yeah.
no,
I mean we can, but then you gotta turn this video into
no,
an
no,
adult
no.
audience.
Yeah, you're gonna have to edit it and put like a lot of bleeping noises. No, do not. Nothing illegal happened. That's all I'll say.
We promise.
Jemima starts to sweat.
We had a Minecraft server at the very beginning of the season. Killa, he was the one who owned it. We drafted Killa. He left a few days after for school, which, again, feel bad about it, but what can you do?
I think we only had like 3 players from the draft still on the team at the end.
Yeah, we didn't have many. Yeah, he ran us a Minecraft server for a little bit, and then after he left, he just kind of forgot about it. Shut it down. It was one of those free ones. Like
I had
Eternals
access to
or
it.
whatever.
I could have started up. 'Cause I had access to it.
Okay, cool, phone. Thanks for letting us know now.
Thanks for letting us know.
I told you guys at the time he gave me access, and you guys never said anything about it. Once Killer left the team, you guys said nothing about the Minecraft server. You didn't
Right.
want to play on it.
We played Jackbox once or twice, but after Octo left, we kind of just stopped. We would play comp every now and then, play quick play. We'd hang out, just talk to each other. Like we'd just hop in a voice call and just have nights where we just talk.
Yeah, but a lot less toxic of an environment, honestly, more than anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, it was pretty chill.
Yeah. I mentioned it wasn't a great environment. I meant more.
In
Playing.
terms of competitively.
Competitiveness, yeah.
We all liked each other. We all
Mm.
You don't know that?
we all didn't hate each other. Yeah.
You
I-
didn't hit anyone.
I can personally say I liked everyone on that team.
Well,
All right. And the last question I got for you guys before I'll ask you for any closing statements is what's your favorite memory to come out of this season?
At least for me, this is like I have like 2 personal ones. First thing, it was like getting drafted because like I had the whole situation of getting moved up, and then I was like in the middle of like a CS:GO game or some shit, and then like talking to like some of my novice friends, and then I just hear, "Oh yeah, we're gonna select phone in the 8th round," and I'm just like, "Wait, what?" It was
Yeah.
just.
I-
I just expected either not get drafted like 11th or 12th round, or just not get drafted at all.
Yeah, Octo and I were talking, and Sloth was in there too, and I think Neglect was there too, but Neglect didn't show
Soon
up very
left.
much. Yeah,
oh yeah,
he
I
left
found
soon
Nick
after.
there.
Neglect was there for a little at the beginning, but whatever.
He existed.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember us talking in the call, and we're like, yeah, we should get phone now, and then we should just, phone and then fish. The name one trick that no one heard of. I thought that was pretty fun. God, I love Fish. Fish was a good friend. Not-
Fish
Fish
was
was a
one.
good person.
Fish was not only one of the funniest, but also one of, like I like everyone on the team loved Fish.
Yeah. We would watch movies. Fish and I would watch movies together late at night. I wish he was here.
Fish is true.
Fish was fun.
Mental health
But
coach.
my personal favorite moment was actually becoming manager. When it first happened, like I didn't sign up to be manager, as you probably know, Akri.
Yeah.
I signed up just to help Octo scout, and then I was gonna dip. Like I was gonna leave. I had no interest. And then our backup coach, like our third coach, he just said, like he was like, I gotta leave. I don't have enough time. I was like, oh, I guess I should be a coach. And then our second coach left. And then Neglect left, our main coach. So I became the only coach, and then Octo just didn't know what to do. I was finding all the scrims, I was going to all the scrims, I was doing everything. Octo was helping out, he was a great guy, great help, but I was doing most of the stuff. And then one night he just messaged me, hey, do you want to be manager? And I told him, yeah, I'd love to, but are you sure you don't want to? I did not want to become manager. I was terrified. But I did it, and I honestly think it was one of the best choices in my life. Like, I love this. I love doing it, and I plan on keep doing it.
Yep. I think one of my favorite moments, I guess, is also kind of a shout out to Spartan on our team because he was playing a lot of crap together. So like when Aunt Jemima wasn't available or getting boomed, and when we were just like the team sometimes getting boomed as a whole for losing, he was still trying to get us together to do scrims, to get our A game up for games. So I think those are I guess favorite moments is being able to watch someone else once and just not make sure that
Yeah.
the whole team just goes into flames. So big shout out to
Yeah,
you, Spartan,
I-
if you were listening to this.
Thank you so much, Spartan. Like, bottom of my heart, man. Thank you. I left for like a week and a half. I was completely boomed. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't doing anything. Like, I was barely drinking water. I was so stressed from everything. I was starting to fail some classes, and this team was just bothering me. We were on like a 4-game lose streak. I just couldn't get it right, and I felt like it was all my fault. So I just told Spartan how to run the team. I told him I'm gonna take like a week break. If you need anything, don't be afraid to message me. I'll be back. And he was able to run that team very well without me. And thank you, Spartan. And thank you everyone on Pop Perkers. Like a lot, whether you were there from the draft or not. Thank you.
Shucks.
All right. Well, I would ask you for closing statements, but I feel like that was kind of a closing statement in a way, unless you want to say something else.
Yeah, that's it from me.
Anyone else have anything?
I'd like to say thank you to everyone on Bot Burgers, thank you to everyone, all the League Zero staff members, including you, Actory, through the entire season, through the controversies, the multitude of controversies and toxicity. Thanks for everyone that played in this season, for my first season in League Zero. Things could have gone better, but we made the best of it and we got through it. And just once again, thank you to everyone that played, watched, supported, or staffed this league.
Or my burritos.
I don't think I have any closing comments, so I'm just gonna say no comment.
Good enough. Sounds like someone in Kate's house has a closing.
I'm like saying thank you. Your dinner is ready.
Ah!
All right. I don't imagine you have a closing statement, Kate, because you have your mic muted. So thank you all for tuning into this. Hope it was insightful, entertaining, all that good stuff. I have no idea the upload schedule of these. Hopefully soonish. See ya.